No, I think you nailed it right on the head. Why we're here, you know, and it's we're informational, maybe a little pep rally type stuff. We're here to watch Tracy and Dana's cat run around.
She just flew across the room.
I guess the cat likes chasing minions.
Oh my God, she's out of control.
God.
That was the
Into the courtroom.
Extra support.
This is about John O'Keefe.
I love the support. Can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Living life is fun and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we have for the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. We are family. I can hear you, guys. Get up everybody and sing. We have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, y'all. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I got my sisters with me. I got all my sisters with me. Everybody. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Get up and sing it to me.
Oh, is the music stopped already? I didn't even realize the music stopped.
I can play it again. You want?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everyone? Hey, I threw that video together real quick today, so if I missed anybody, I apologize. I can do a part 2 if you want. So, and on that, also, I'll take any suggestions for videos. So let me know. But anyway,
I just made $2 dancing to that song. She told me to stop and gave me $2.
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
I threw it at him.
My suggestion for you, Tracy, is
Yes.
to keep on doing the videos. Seriously, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'm
You
trying
really
to get
are.
better and better as I go. So
Yeah, so-
bear with me.
So
No,
what's
it wouldn't be
happening?
anything. I would have no footage without everybody. So, I mean, I steal
I
everyone's
agree.
pictures every week. So, thank you.
Although it said rain, snow, or shine, and I don't know about tomorrow, so we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it's not
50
looking.
mile-an-hour winds and rain might stop us tomorrow. We'll see.
Yep.
So it seems like we haven't been on a show for a while, but it's only been a week, right?
Yeah, I know. It's been like exactly a week. It's weird. A
That's
lot
it.
happened. A lot happened.
Yeah, it was a busy week.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here, anyways? Why are we here?
So, yeah. So anyway, welcome to our show. We have quite a show. Yes, welcome. We have quite a show for you this evening. And again, our purpose is to spread information and make sure everybody is up to date on the standout and protest dates and times and updates, and try to keep all that information in one place. It's also a safe place for discussion, comment, suggestions without judgment. So join us, chill.
Nice. So, I actually look forward to this every week.
Me too.
If it was up to me, we'd do one every day, but we'd probably kill each other by then.
That's definitely for sure. And if that were the case, I'd have to do a video every day, and no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not agreeing to those terms.
Yep.
So if there's a contract.
Yeah, no kid. Or we could do a 5-hour show like Will.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either.
know.
Well, he
Jesus.
sleeps all day, right? And just
Yeah, I don't know, but
Got the
I have to
coffee.
mention. I got to mention his show from the other day when he was going over the Natalie.
Oh my God.
I think I'm still laughing.
That was so funny. The phone
It was-
calls and the I
Oh,
don't even want to say it. You could
I'll
come
say
to
it.
me. No, you say it.
No, that's all right.
All right.
We gotta give. I want to give. I know it's sort of off script. We should give someone else credit because Will's got a great show, right? But Cherry makes the chat a blast.
It's so fun. Cherry's
It is.
hilarious.
Like sometimes I forget what Will's talking about because I'm reading Cherry's comments in the
Right.
chat.
Cherry.
Cherry.
Oh,
We love Cherry. She's our kind of person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And she does. She keeps it interesting. And I like when like her and Will they talk back and forth, kind of like he
Like when
tells
she-
her to shut up and stuff, and she says something derogatory in the comments.
yeah. When she
and-
calls Will an asshole.
yeah, it's awesome.
That was amazing.
It's awesome. Their relationship is awesome.
Yep.
So anyway,
It's funny because you said it like a busy week, but it was a busy week, but it seemed like nothing happened. Does that make sense?
yeah, I think we did a lot of prepping, a lot of planning, a lot of
show watching.
show watching.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a lot to watch.
Yeah, with Aiden back this week, it's so weird. It's like we're getting back into our natural groove again
Yep.
with the Tuesdays and Saturdays and Thursdays for those who are in Turtle Club, which I
Turtle
suggest
Club.
you do.
Bus
Um,
stop lives.
Yeah, bus stop lives.
So
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's good. Getting back to normal is good.
it
The
is.
new
it is.
normal. The new normal.
I can't wait to get back to the real normal when Karen's free either too. So
Exactly.
Exactly.
Karen's
Absolutely.
free, and two of our buddies that we saw last week are probably rotting behind prison in a year or two.
Yep.
So we went to Morrissey's office last week.
Yeah.
Man, that was cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
Yeah,
It was funny.
cold day.
You had said this is the quietest protest I've ever been to. Everyone's freezing.
Yeah,
We
I heard.
were
I
like,
heard more teeth chattering
Yeah.
than I heard anything
it
else.
was so cool. But
It
we
was
did
good.
get to see a couple characters, so that was good.
Yeah, and we had people there, and Brian from LTL was there.
Yep. That was awesome.
So going live from there, so that was good.
Yep.
I don't know how many people we had. We probably had about 30 people, I think. And that
Yeah,
cold,
yep.
and that cold, that's fantastic.
Yep.
And it was like we stood out in a lot all winter. That was, I think, was the coldest.
It was very windy. I think we were like in the middle of a wind tunnel. We were right off the highway. They were like, it was very cold.
I did see some pictures of somebody somewhere giving Bukaki the finger.
Yeah, I actually put it on our Facebook page today.
Yeah.
I think, if it was allowed by the admins.
No, I think I saw it on one of the pages anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, it was ours. I
Yeah,
thought that picture came out a couple days later, and I was like, oh my God, that is good.
Yep.
Do we have it? Can we show it?
I think the understanding was that he was actually flipping one of us off, but he was actually giving the finger to
It was Bukaki.
yeah, I think it was Bukaki in that vehicle.
He was leaving the parking lot. It was amazing.
So yeah, kudos to that guy. I only met him one time. Good guy. You got
Sorry
it?
about that. No, I was looking for it. I couldn't pull it up quick enough. Sorry.
I can try and find it.
I'm not that.
I think I have it. Hold on.
Yeah, put it up there. It's a great picture.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, we're still
Fair
trying to
enough.
learn this whole StreamYard thing. We actually, Paul, our buddy Dylan over in Wales had offered us a tutorial. He gave one to Sean, whose show was epic the past few times, the past couple nights. He's really been getting after it. So hopefully Dylan can give us a few pointers. We can try to figure it.
Yeah, he's gonna. I'm gonna give props out to Brian from LTL too, because we talked on the phone the other day, and he said, he'd gladly show us how to do some other stuff and give us some good pointers, how to put some boards up.
We got
See, that's so nice.
It's a community.
I love this
It's good.
community.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly cool.
And then the other thing at Morrissey's office, the only thing I got from Bukaki was he did his little tilted head smile like that as he was driving by.
Yeah.
Just want to give him a little smack upside the head, but
Yeah.
that might be witness intimidation.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on witness
Jesus.
intimidation. I'm gonna freak out. What was I gonna say? Didn't Proctor flip us off, or was that just referring to the guy across the street that they thought was flipping us off?
I think he was flipping Proctor off, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I thought that someone said that Proctor flipped us off.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it happen. So
All right, yeah, I didn't see it happen either.
I'm sure if Lizzie was there, she would have.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Whoops. I shouldn't have said that. I haven't checked
Oh.
my wife to check the door.
oh hell. Who is it?
The dog's like.
Oh, sorry. No, it's okay. It was just me. Relax.
Is that the dog or the cat?
That's the dog. The cat jumped on us while the video was playing at the beginning.
Yeah, you
I was
missed
like,
it.
Oh my god, it was crazy.
It was freaking hilarious.
She lands in the center of my back and then just continues on to step on the keyboard, and she's a mess.
I could probably bring up Facebook.
But
Oops.
Are you still
Yeah,
digging up that picture?
I'm trying.
she's still trying to
Okay.
find it. But yeah, we
Carry on.
again, yeah. So Morrissey's office was good. I mean, we made a good statement being out there again. I think coming off of the prior week.
Yeah.
The momentum, we had to keep the momentum going, and that's what we really need to do. It's not a time to let off the gas just because we're thinking we'll see some kind of an end in sight. It doesn't mean it's over by a long shot. So all of us being there, braving that cold weather, it's it's fantastic.
I found it.
Yeah, she found it. Yeah, but it was great. It was good to see everybody showed up. I was surprised, 3:00 on a Wednesday afternoon. Was it Wednesday? Was it Thursday? I don't even remember what day it was.
It
It was Thursday.
Was it Thursday? And they
was
have
last
that many
week.
people. Yeah, I know. See, everything's blurring together at this point. I can't keep track.
So I just want to throw in there. We're going to go through some of our normal stuff. I know a lot of people are waiting for our guest, but we'll get to her in a little bit. So we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people in there tonight. A couple hundred people. So make sure you hit that like button. Do we want to move on?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's multitasking, but yeah, absolutely. Move on. What do we got next, Paul?
It's standouts. We do have a bunch of standouts scheduled this week. I might have missed one, but I want to go over them real quick.
Yeah.
sorry, so tomorrow, as of this minute, we have 3:00 on Front Street in Weymouth. We're going to play that by ear. I wouldn't subject anyone to standing on an overpass at 50-mile-an-hour winds, but we'll play it by ear. Check the pages tomorrow. Then we have 4:00. Stoneham Group is back over at Marble Street.
Hey.
Best buddy, my twin, Deanna, is making a comeback.
Deanna.
Deanna.
That's awesome. She's had enough. She's ready to get back to work, so that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw that post and I was like, yes. It's
Saturday we have Plymouth. Saturday and Sunday I have Plymouth Colony and Bourne all put up there. I haven't heard from them, but they're pretty much a staple. I know they took a week off last week down in Bourne, but I think they'll be back this week. We have Legacy Place on Dedham. I want to get to that one. There seems to be a lot of people there. They do a great job out there. And then we get into next week. We have Karen's hearing and stuff, which I'll go right into the court dates, I guess. But there's a lot of talk. Oops, I'm lost for a second. 1 second. There we go. Here I am. Anyways, there's a lot of talk on the pages of people starting some more standouts, which is awesome. If someone wants to start one in another one up in Gloucester, and then someone wants to do one down in Taunton.
Yep.
I just want to get into it. Like, we get a lot of people say, hey, I need help starting a standout. All you need is a sign and you, and give us a date. We'll put it out there. People will come. Yeah, especially if you do it a couple of weeks in a row.
Denise is out there in Western Mass. I don't know exactly where she stands out, but she's out there by herself twice a day sometimes.
Yeah,
just getting it done. So I give her all the credit in the world because she's a trooper. And,
I'm actually going to send her a message to see if she can give me a heads up so when she's doing it, so I can put it out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
She usually does it last minute, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I found that picture.
Let's look at that picture before we move on.
I know.
Let's rewind. Where's that rewind sign that sound that Will has?
How do I? It's not sharing. Oh, okay. Hold on. Give me a second because I got some windows open and stuff.
Yep.
She's teasing us.
How's that? Can you see it?
We can see it. That's funny.
It's freaking hilarious.
That looks like a felony charge now.
I know. Like, thank you, Proctor.
I love it.
That's actually Bukaki's car, right?
Oh yeah,
I think
Proctor's
it
the
is,
white,
yeah.
the white one.
Yeah.
It's like bad cop, good cop, good cop, bad cop. I don't know.
Now that picture's up there, I'm telling you, he left and came back like 3 or 4 times. I think he was enjoying the attention.
He was because
Yeah.
I'm like, he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Well, you got a lot of icons on that computer.
Yeah, it's my work. I mean, it's not my work computer.
It's not your work computer.
No,
It's your
it's
home
not.
computer.
No, had nothing to do with it.
So court dates next week. Just a heads up. We're not going to get into them too deep right now, but we have Aiden has I should say KP has a clerk hearing in Leominster on Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, and some people are going to go out there. I know that's a little bit of a ride. A clerk hearing, no one can go in. You just go out and hang out front. Yeah, you're 100%, Katie. 100%.
Yep.
I think you got a visit, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And then Karen has a big hearing on Tuesday. As of now, 9:00, Norfolk Superior Court in Dedham. 9:00. Auntie Bev said they will go all day if they have to. So we will see. We're going to put the information out there very shortly, but this be the typical get there at 7. Many people as possible, and we'll talk about that as we get closer. And Aiden also has a court hearing on Thursday. As of now, it's 9:00.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Yeah, next
Yep.
Thursday at 9:00 in Raymond. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I'll put together some posts about that and put it out there. But I know Tom's already got it out there. He's streaming on that day. Aiden will be live streaming that day also. I'm sure everyone will be live streaming. We'll be there 7:00 in the morning, and we're gonna go. We'll probably be there till 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
Well,
gonna be
maybe-
a long day. Weather looks good though. It looks halfway decent.
45 degrees and sunny. That's like 80s for us.
You know.
I'll take
I might
it.
go in shorts.
No, seriously, right? Where's Whitey? He'll have his shorts on.
Yeah. Like someone put her all MB put her all day is more like 30 minutes. You're probably right.
Yeah, I
It
know.
would be awesome if it was 30 minutes to walk in and Lally goes up and says, in light of all the discovery, we're just going to dismiss the charges.
Oh,
Wouldn't that,
Jesus, imagine
wouldn't that
this.
be awesome?
Yeah, I'd be all about that. And we're all waiting for that day to come.
Yeah. So that's where we stand with that. Hey, I got a question. Does anyone know who Bob Brown is?
Who?
He's right there too. He keeps saying how many days are left.
Yeah, but how many days are left till what?
I don't know. Bob, can you clarify that for us? I've seen
I
that.
see it. I see it in every show,
Yep.
everywhere I go, and I don't know what it means. I'm just curious.
It's a countdown of sorts, but I don't know what the heck is counting down to.
Who knows? Tana, do you want, or Tracy, either one, you want to talk about what you guys did last weekend and what's going on with Rita and Jen and all that stuff as far as standouts and stuff?
Yeah. So last week, we held signs for last weekend. I think it was Sunday. Was it
Sunday, yep.
Sunday, we held signs for Rita, for her to support her in her seat for the select board.
Yep.
That was so fun. What a great bunch of people. And, you know, the women of the hour showed up and we just had a blast. So want to thank Elise for putting everything together and getting all the signs together and putting everyone at their posts. We had like people on the big corners in Canton. So it was just really fun, like hearing what they were doing and what was going on over there. And we were out in front of the town hall. So we had a lot of beeps,
Yep.
So it was very, it was exciting.
I got one middle finger and I got one up yours, which was promising. So it's all good.
But
That was from Tracy, right?
I didn't create it.
If she gave me the
I
finger.
probably started it.
She gave me the finger.
Yeah, I gave Dana.
That was
finger.
her. I didn't have to.
Yeah. So you tell me to shove it in my
Yeah.
ass. Yeah. So anyway, that was fun. So let's talk. Do you want to talk about the whole the plans with the elections? Are we on time?
Yes.
Yeah, we can go over that real quick. So, Rita is obviously running for select board. She's got a lot of people volunteering to help. She's looking for more volunteers. That being said, she's running along with Trish Boyden, who you've also seen from the town meetings.
Who's awesome.
And she's awesome as well.
Yep.
And she's running, and they're both running in tandem because there are 2 seats available on the select board. So they're hoping to dethrone Theodore and Loughran. So those are the 2 on their way out, and hopefully these 2 are on their way in. We need everyone's support. We'll put something out there again. There's donation pages. There's actually a Canton, Mass voter information page that has links to all the candidates. Kathleen Howley is running for the Board of Assessors as well. So we got a lot of people running. The town is getting ready to be taken back, and that's what we're hoping for. We need everyone's support. So I don't know if you want to get into the last person we wanted to talk about and just go right from there. Yeah, we good?
I think so.
Well, so we got one more seat available, and that is for the school committee. So we have a special guest tonight. Jennifer O'Donnell is on. It's all smiles backstage.
Like I say, I love watching her backstage. She is smiling.
Let's leave her back there for a while. Let's leave her back there for a while. I'm just kidding.
But
All right.
Jen is running for school committee, and she is ready to go. She's let's see what Jen has to say, because she's all fired up. Come on, Jen, bring it on.
There she is.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Jen.
How are we doing?
Good.
Good, how are you?
Jen?
I'm very good. I just wanted to say thank you so much for allowing me to come on tonight and take the opportunity to let the public learn a little bit more about me, some more personal stuff about me. And also really express the true meaning behind why I'm running for school committee, and also what it means beyond that, and why it's so utterly important in my opinion. So with that, I did prepare, I don't know where, I prepared one little thing. Tonight we're gonna watch a video that Tracy has been so nice to go through all the school committee meetings and trim them down for me and send them all over to me because the computer world is not always my wheelhouse.
It was my pleasure because I got to watch everything all over again from beginning to end, and it's so great. I mean, what you do and who you stand up in front of and what you say is just so inspiring. So thank you. It was my pleasure.
Tonight we are going to watch a video that I wasn't sure if I really wanted to share because I do get a little emotional in it. But I think that most people in my situation would be getting emotional, and maybe some people at home will feel emotional too. But with it, I have something written before we go into the video and then recap it after, if that's okay.
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Okay. So I put, the bullying in our schools has our youth contemplating suicide and in a constant state of fight or flight, or practicing the gray rock theory. Elementary school students should not be tapping into their natural instinct and knowing how to practice the gray rock theory. That shows that our structure, what we have, the expectations we have for them are way, way too high. There are grown-ups who don't even know what the gray rock theory is. Never mind practice it as a survival instinct. But they are being forced into these survival instincts due to the constant abuse at the hands of fellow classmates. This has put a toxic shadow over, to all accounts, our entire district, and it can be seen throughout our entire town. So with that, if you wouldn't mind playing the video, and then we'll chat again after.
All right, give me a second though, because
oh, and one more thing.
Okay.
This particular video is very, very important because this was back in September. This is when I started showing up and speaking. It was only the second time that I spoke, and everything that I said was going to start happening is unfolding currently in our school district, and we'll connect the dots to that when we come back. Thank you.
Okay. Please hold.
Elevator music.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, while you're doing that, I was going to jump in that I know we were talking about Rita and Trish running for select board, and we'll be we'll help make announcements for standouts and looking for volunteers. We're going to do the same thing for Jen too.
Yes.
So
Sure.
once we get that schedule going, and we'll be out there for her, and we'll have some people come visit and help Jen too. So.
Yep. And our signs.
Yeah.
Our signs are coming. We're on the same. We've spoken
totally
too much today. Too much today, Tracy.
Are your signs in yet, Jen?
Bring them. Oh, I sent a bat signal out today while my brain was exploding while driving. But anyway, where was I going with it?
The
Are your signs in?
Oh, signs. They are coming in next week, but I think that Eileen and I are having some made at Staples for the standouts. So there might be a possibility I have something for this weekend. But regardless, I'll be at Rita's standouts both Saturday and Sunday. And I believe one of the two, I forget, she just texted me. She's going to send out a notice to people that they can come and meet me and speak to me and ask me questions. And let them know what location I'll be at for the standout to support Rita and Trish and Kathleen and Kathy and Lisa and myself.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Get it.
I love it. Love it. I love it. All right. Please hold. I'm going to shut you guys. Well, should I leave? Can I leave you guys on?
I have no idea.
All right.
We'll see what it looks like. And go.
All right. Go. Hold on.
We're holding.
Hold on.
I want to see how long Jen can hold that smile for.
Forever.
All right. Can you
What
say
I
it?
do when I'm nervous.
Not yet.
Okay. Hang on. I'm just testing something.
Kim W., the gray rock theory is when you shrink yourself, basically physically. You want to become as boring as humanly possible to your abuser. That's what that is.
Perfect.
I'm getting there.
We're working on it.
That's all right.
How long do we have to be on hold?
John, you'll hold as long as you have to,
Yeah.
because what we're going to show you, and Jen, is that
It's
important.
worth it. It is worth it. And I don't want to give any spoilers away on it.
All right. So you can't see any of that. Please hold. Please continue to hold. Your call is very important to me.
Oh,
Hang on. Oh, so you can see it. Could you see that screen?
no. You hit
No.
share.
Oh, I didn't hit share. All right. Hold
There
up.
you go.
Here we go.
Hold up. You see it?
Yep.
Full screen.
And
There's no sound.
There's no sound. There's no
Is
sound.
there a way for me to present it on my side?
Yep.
I think Paul can. Paul, it's in YouTube if you want to do it. I remember you did it the last time. It wasn't working for me.
Where is it?
In YouTube.
Jen, do you have it?
Saved on my computer. I can just pull it up.
Yeah, you can do it. I don't know why. I think it's because this is my work computer. I mean, it's not my work computer.
So I want to get rid of that.
Okay.
And Jen, you can hit share. Once you pull it up, hit share screen.
I have to find where it is. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll master it someday.
I have it in the little edit name, remove from studio, present, share screen. Okay.
Is it working?
Yep, I see your shared screen.
20
I'm
seconds.
adding
So.
it.
Good evening. Standing
There we
here
go.
is so uncomfortable. Public speaking has always been one of my largest fears. The only fear I have that's bigger is burying one of my children. Society has a long history of normalizing toxic and abusive behavior, which makes it hard to break the cycle of violence. Shows like Comedy Central roast make abuse seem like something to strive for among the kids. We have to differentiate between roasting and bullying. When it's roasting, the victim volunteers to be the target, and it's not power-driven or habitual. When the subject of the roast doesn't volunteer and they repeatedly ask for it to stop, it becomes abusive and bullying. Behaviors that make someone feel afraid, threatened, powerless, crazy, or rejected are talked about as if they are normal these days. Being in a toxic relationship or someone being just toxic is considered a trend these days. We have a problem when the abuse becomes so casual that it undermines real pain caused. According to a report published by the National Center for Health Statistics from 2021, the suicide rate among young adults aged 10 to 24 rose by 60%. In the same report published, it stated nearly 3 in 5 teenage girls felt persistent sadness, double the rate of boys. And 1 in 3 girls seriously consider attempting suicide. The rate of sadness were the highest reported in over a decade. In another report, it stated every 5 days, a child under the age of 13 commits suicide. We have active shooter training in our schools because it would be irresponsible not to. An active shooter is far more likely when you don't address the problems our children are having today. When we keep brushing it under the rug, when we as a society ignores the cries for help from our children, our parents, and our community, our children get hurt. There will be suicides, there will be shootings, there will be overdoses. It sounds so dramatic to say, and I wish that I was just saying it for theatrics. However, the reality is, when victims don't feel heard and are punished for speaking, they turn inward, lose self-esteem, and often self-harm. When that doesn't bring any release, they will attempt to end their pain. When victims don't feel heard, they are often re-victimized and eventually stop reporting and asking for help. Sexism and gender violence is not okay in any setting. But when young people tell us it happens all the time in school, it points to a real failure in our society. Our children shouldn't expect to hear misogynistic sexual comments when they're on the bus, eating lunch, or playing at recess. It's not normal. At least it shouldn't be considered normal. Repeated normalization of vile behavior and language has become a norm in our town of Canton. It's seen all around us. It shows in the way our culture is with our town, in the way it rewards poor behavior and punishes the people who choose to speak. This is a horrible word, but you are conditioning my children. You as a school district have sent the message, not only is it okay for these vile things to be happening to you, but if you stand, we will punish you. Ensuring to lower their self-worth in the moment and in the future, making it more likely to be victimized again and not to speak up next time, until this district stops being part of the problem and starts to help fix the problem and ensure to empower these victims. I will be back each meeting to bring more light to the things behind the scenes and possible ways that you could help us as a community. Our children deserve far better than what you are giving them. Thank you for your time.
Wow.
Wow, Jen. Wow.
How do I unshare?
I will.
It's done.
Okay,
All set.
thank you.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
I've heard that speech several times in the past week or so, and I just, every time I watch it, I get another feeling from it. You know, like I hear it from a different side of my brain, or, you know, like I just get a different feeling, and it's just sadness. It's just sadness, but
And scary.
and scary. Yeah.
So the reason that I felt that it was so important to share that one was I said there would be shootings and I said there would be suicides, right?
Yep.
Last month, we received notice from our school district that at the Galvin Middle School, to their testament, there was a threat of some, I have the letter, but it's pretty whitewashed in the letter, that there was a threat that was made at the middle school, and the police department stepped in and quickly resolved it. So they pumped up their pride for how quickly, it was resolved, and they really whitewashed it. And the truth behind it is a student in the 8th grade posted a video on social media after cleaning two, according to people who I'm spoken to, that I have spoken to, and according to the chief of police, air guns. When asked, how do we know if they're air guns, the chief of police was quoted saying, trust me.
Yeah.
And the school district didn't tell us that that was the threat. They whitewashed that. Now, I'm not trying to upset anybody with my next comment, but last year, a child, I don't know what grade, drew a swastika in their notebook. And of course it's outraging and of course it's wrong, but they drew a swastika, right? We received notice breaking down exactly what had been done and what our school is going to do to correct this issue, and that there's a no tolerance for it. But a child threatened to shoot up our schools, and they whitewashed it and just paraded how proud they are of our police department.
Wow.
That's not okay.
No, it's not
My
okay.
son is in the 8th grade. As far as suicides go, since I started this journey last February 1st, I have been in contact with 7 different parents who have reached out to me to inform me that their 7th or 6th grade daughter has been severely contemplating and having suicide ideology. And in the last few weeks, my 8-year-old son repeatedly told us that he doesn't deserve to be alive, that he's stupid, no one likes him, that he wishes he was dead, to the point that my husband got someone on the phone, a psychologist, and we spent 2 hours speaking to her on the phone. And at the end of that call, she asked to speak with us privately. And she told us if he says it again, we are to put him in the car and go straight to the ER, that this is not a joke, that he has been stripped of his self-esteem. So the gloves have come off. I'm not fooling around. Someone has threatened to shoot up where my son goes to school. And my 8-year-old child, when I spoke about that, I was talking about 11, 12, 13-year-old girls, 6th and 7th grade girls. Now we're talking 8-year-old little boys. Where do we draw the line? Where do we say we have a problem and our policies don't protect our children? When does the administration stop changing their policies to protect them, to strip them of any liability, and allow them to deny us any access to information that we request because they're protected? Apparently laws don't apply if you're the school district. They can just flat out say no to you for everything. Our superintendent won't even sit with me to have a recap meeting. I've repeatedly been asking for months, sit down with me so we can work through this. He won't even respond.
It's
We're
shameful.
paying his salary. He just got rehired for 3 more years
Ugh.
Wow.
because I stopped showing up. They thought they could slip it through. So, yeah, I'm here to right some wrongs. And I know that on paper, I may not line up head to head with some of the other candidates, but what I'm bringing, my package that I want to offer, is you get me. Get all my attention. Your children get this fight every day.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I don't know, I'll look it up. I'll reach out. I'm going to be going and having a call with a woman who wrote a book about sexual abuse in schools. A complete stranger reached out to me today to make the connection, and I'm going to have the opportunity to pick her brain. Like, how unreal is that?
Wow.
I promise to do that, to bring that level of fight to the table and to learn whatever I have to learn along the way to ensure that our children are safer.
We need more people like her.
And that's what matters. It's the children, right? That's
Paul, was
that's-
that your wife?
Yeah, you heard her, right?
oh, you said-
Doesn't that, I was just gonna say, my wife's in the other room and she's listening to you and she's like, "We need more people like you."
yeah.
She's
Aw.
crying. Jen, don't start crying, but she's crying in the other
I know.
room.
Don't do it,
Yeah, you did it.
Tracy.
I won't do it.
Don't do
I
it.
have. I'm not. I can't see Julie, so I'm good.
Okay.
You want me to bring her on so you guys
No.
can come on this
No.
chat session?
Nobody cries.
It's a trickle effect.
Yeah.
We're staying
Wow.
strong because we don't have a choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're staying exactly.
Yeah.
So
the message
getting
is
back
too
to
big.
like what you said about your qualifications and stuff, Jen. I think at the end of the day, you're a parent, and that's all the qualification that you need. Your child is hurting.
Yeah.
And that's all I need. That I don't care what my background is, where I'm from, what I've learned, what my degree is in. I'm a parent. And if my child's hurting, and believe me, this hits home a little bit too. So, it's we've all experienced it in some way, shape, or form.
Our children,
Yes.
ourselves, a family member.
Exactly.
Mhm,
We've
exactly.
all been there. And if there's a way to make it stop, and you have these ideas and no one's listening to them, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
It
for doing
was-
this and stepping
It
up.
was their lack of reaction, their
Right.
lack of I don't
Care.
know, not
They didn't care.
being appalled. Like they
Yeah.
weren't appalled.
They weren't.
They
appalled.
weren't screaming with me. They weren't
Right.
like, let's figure this out. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And
They
when
were
they weren't
annoyed that you were
doing
there.
that, I was
Right.
like, something is so wrong. And then when I started reaching out to all these agencies and they just started saying like, oh, they did everything right according to what's written, they've done everything right. And I'm like, this is so big. This is so bad. And then I started remembering last year I did reach out to attorneys and it's not ruled off either. But my focus needs to be on doing something bigger and better. The energy I've put into this is so much. The hours I've put into this, it's been a full-time job for over a year now.
Mhm.
For 13 months. This has been my full-time job. Learning the ins and outs, reaching out to the different agencies, finding out what the timelines are, begging for the timelines. I have thousands of emails in my inbox or sent box regarding this. And it can't all be for naught.
Right.
It can't all be just to stand at a podium and have them keep voting everything through.
Right.
There has to be change. Like people have to want that change, and it's hard and it's exhausting. So I'm offering to be that change. Like I'll do it. I'll do the work. I'll hit the pavement. I'll make the calls. I'll go to the meetings. Those meetings are boring,
Yeah, they are.
but I'm going to go because I have questions.
Yep.
And as a parent, they won't give me access. But if I have a seat, they
Mhm.
have to. I'm their boss.
That's right.
I get to do whatever I want in those records. I mean, I can't share them like all willy-nilly, but I can dig as much as I want. And that's what I want to do. I want to go digging.
We do too. We want you to go
Start
dig.
poking around at the state
Yeah.
level
Yes.
and figure out where we need to change things and what we need to do. And hopefully really make a big impact.
I have a question. Just going back to what you said a little while ago about kids and self-harm. Why do you think that's such a thing that nobody wants to talk about? Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because they'd be judged as a parent? Or do you think that, because I mean, like I said, my kid's hurting. I don't give a shit what I look like to other people. I'm going to stand up and try to help my child, not hurt anymore. So what do you think the stigma is about that?
Sure. A really good example is the parents of that child who threatened to shoot up the junior high, right? What do we think like they're feeling right now?
Yeah.
They're probably first and foremost absolutely petrified for their child, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it was me, I'd be contemplating every decision I ever made,
Yep.
everything they ever said to me.
Mm-hmm.
What didn't I pick up on? What did I whitewash? What did I tell them just to get a grip on? Because that's a go-to for me, at least. I'm like, you got to get a grip.
Yeah.
We can't work through this unless you get a grip first.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's not working, dude. But like, what's this poor child feeling? What are they feeling? I would feel like I failed them. I'd feel like everyone in town was looking at us and judging us and hating us, right?
Yeah.
I don't hate them. I don't at all. I want to talk to them. I want to know more. I haven't had the opportunity to reach out to them yet because I was struggling with how to do it respectfully, because I would be feeling so much right now and I'd be really afraid to talk to people. Out of fear, like out of wanting to protect my circle, right? My world. But I want to know, like, what led to this. I've been told by the person who told me what really happened, that they had been bullied for many years. I don't have confirmation on that. But whatever it is, even if it's mental health, it wasn't identified. Maybe it's watching the wrong things on TV. I don't know. I don't know what caused it. But it's a failure in our society that this child felt the need to do that. And that we, as a society, when told that this is happening, are still saying we can't talk about it because then we have to acknowledge where we fell short. Right?
Yeah.
So they'd rather just deflect and whitewash and hope nobody notices.
Right.
And I want to keep encouraging people to come to me and share the real, what happened behind the emails that went out, and other stories, some very bad stories, some awesome stories. I've also had a lot of people reach out and share their admiration for the teachers in our district and share their child's success stories at the hands of the teachers in our district. So it's not all negative, thankfully.
Right. And I know you do thank the teachers whenever you get the chance to get up there. You do thank the teachers, and I'm sure they appreciate that.
I was messaging with a few of them last night and this morning, telling them to watch tonight.
Okay.
Thanks. Are they watching?
I don't know. I'll check the messages.
I want names and phone numbers.
I know a few would get together for the school committee meetings, like at someone's house and just
watch
hang out.
parties.
Watch parties.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool, knowing that the people I'm hoping to be able to represent, some of them, I don't know if all of them do, but some of them stand behind me, and that's all I need.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome support.
Yeah.
All right.
You're running the school committee for the town of Canton.
Yes.
But you're really running school committee for a lot more people than the town of Canton.
Yeah.
And a perfect example is the three of us that are right above you on the screen. We're not from Canton.
Yeah.
And you're bringing this out to light that's probably happening in more schools than just Canton.
Oh, it is. This is a school-wide issue. Like, Canton was able to come back at me and be like, we did our job. We told you so. Like, they were proud of it. Like, and I told you so.
Wow.
Nope, you don't win.
No.
That's even grosser. Even grosser, guys.
I love the fact you said even grosser.
You're not winning.
But
I sent them an email today, and I won't go into detail because I rethought sharing that. But I will say one thing I put in that email is I'm not going away. I'm actually getting louder. I'll see you tomorrow at the school committee meeting.
Nice.
Excellent.
So, and the superintendent at one point had shared in a report that I threatened him.
Wow.
And I know.
It's like the thing to do there.
Right?
I
did not. I did not threaten him.
I'm sure you didn't.
I told him my action plan. He didn't agree with it, took it as a threat. My action plan on the last day of school was that if I didn't feel that anything had changed in the circumstances regarding people who are employed or any safety precautions in order to help the students or any services offered to the victims of the fiasco of multiple years, but primarily what happened last year, because I was in the thick of it, that I would be back on the first day of school. I came back on the first day of
He
school.
was back. Yep.
And I said, I'm going to go to the media. What he doesn't know is I already went to the media, but very, very sadly, the media doesn't care.
Nope, they don't care
But I
about very much.
also, just to cut a little bit of slack, I don't think I knew how to speak to it yet. I think all of what's happened since September has brought me to this moment and made it possible for me to articulate exactly what I'm fighting for. I think I was still too much involved in it and too emotional in it. And I needed them to try to break me down and try to, you know, make me want to quit and just get tired and give up. And it didn't. I just took small, like little breaks to regroup. And then I came back harder.
But I think that's, I mean, like I was going to say earlier, why not go to their homes in a respectful way? Why not try to why not talk about it? It's the norm in every school. It's this age group. I mean, we remember we had a hard time and, you know, it was a completely different time back then. And it's a completely different time now. And it's always going to be a completely different time for the children in our world. So why not get to the bottom of it? Why not, you know, like media, mainstream media, they're not going to talk about it in depth. They're not going to go, excuse me, we really care about your child. Do you want to talk to me about blah, 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 blah? No, that's not what's important to them because it's going on everywhere. You can't stop it, blah, 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 blah.
Is it going to take 7 little girls killing themselves?
Right.
Well, apparently.
Like, is that going to be our new thing? Like at one point, weren't there pregnancy clubs? Is our new thing going to be suicide clubs?
Yep, exactly.
Is that the standard that we have to get to for
It
society?
probably already is.
Stop and say enough is enough.
Yeah, it probably already is, Jen, and we don't know it because they're not reporting on it. You know, only if it's sensational or if it's gossip or, you know, Why not have that face
someone
to face?
has to really get hurt
Yep.
first.
It's
So
gonna
after
fit their agenda.
It is. It's going to fit their
Right.
agenda. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So that's why you should keep it small town. You know, take care of your own, take care of your circle.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just want to say, like, watching you since your first speech as the progression, watching Tracy was saying, look at these videos and watch the progression. The way you put yourself together and put yourself out there in all these speeches that I've seen, Jen, it's outstanding. It really, truly is. So I commend you on that. So I just wanted to say that.
it's not
natural. But getting to know you on a personal level too, and watching it from like hearing you say these things on that level is, you know, knowing you, it comes across differently too. So, you know, if before I didn't know you and I'd watch the select board meetings and I'd be like, oh, that chick's tough. Like, awesome. That was awesome. But now, like that I've known you a little bit more personally, it hits a whole new, heartstring. It's just like, it's powerful. It's very powerful what you're doing.
Thank you.
And that's what you say. You want to have like, meet and greets and have people reach out to you to talk to you. I mean, once they get to know you again on a different level, what your words now are going to have that much more meaning to them, I think, in the long run. So, we encourage everyone.
Right. I have so many personal connections to pull from regarding why it's so important to protect the innocence of our children. So many personal references. And that also, like, that makes me the right candidate. That makes me the right person for this job. It's been instilled in me since I was born, basically. As part of running for candidacy, we had to write bios, and it took me ages to do it because I don't like to talk about myself, which is very different than liking to talk.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we know. I do enjoy talking. I don't like talking about myself.
Right. Yeah.
Different.
Spot on.
My parents always said that gift of gab's going to get you somewhere.
Yeah,
So-
it's certainly true.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
banking on. We're going to get
little
there
did they know.
somewhere.
little did they know. That's right.
I'll
Paul's got
just
that.
keep chatting till we figure out where there is.
You create
Yeah,
there
that's
there.
the plan. But one of the experiences that I can pull from is in my bio, I said that while I was raised in Dover, Massachusetts, I come from, or maybe I didn't say I come from many walks of life, but that my roots are very vast. And I do need to be mindful with my own personal story as I'm part of a family, and I don't want to speak on stuff that would maybe be personal to other family members. It's not just my story to tell. But I do have some good little moments that I've thought of that I felt were kind of relevant to why I feel my upbringing and things that I have struggled with in my life have brought me to this moment and made this the path that I'm supposed to be on. So when I was born in Inglewood, California.
Ooh.
I know. I was destined to be in warmer weather, not New England.
No, I'm not gonna get that here.
Yeah. But I was born because, and I don't know all the details, but I was born in California because my dad was on the lam. And yep, we were coming from Massachusetts. My dad was on the lam, and we were in Inglewood, California. And my mom was, I don't know, like 110 pounds, like pregnant with me. She was wearing my dad's jeans, and they went on a roller coaster. And sure enough, you go into labor.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
So I came early, and then I think they agreed to come back to, so like I came into the world with a force.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go, girlfriend. We
That
need you.
explains a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. So that's how I got introduced to the world. Then we came back home to Lowell, Massachusetts. That's where my parents were living. And my birth father had some very serious mental health and substance abuse problems, which resulted in some very serious anger problems. So I experienced at a young age very dark times, and forced upon me, I learned how to hold my own in a hostile environment. I learned how to navigate intimidating situations. I know how to guard myself, and I know how to think outside the box. The most important part of that, though, is even with experiencing negativity and horrible things, I smile all the time. I walk around with the biggest smile on my face. I don't like to sit in the past. I don't like to sit in the darkness. I don't like to be in the darkness very often, but I pull from it all the time. My strength comes from it. Who I am, how I learned to fight. It's all been there. I think it's just been sitting dormant because I think it did a number on my self-esteem. Well, it did. It did do a number on my self-esteem. How can you have all of that in the first 6 years of your life, your formative years, and not come out of it altered, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what the universe gave me is I was altered for the better. I was altered to listen, to recognize when people are hurting, to know how to build people up, to be a voice for people who aren't strong enough to stand up for themselves. I was gifted that through my experiences. And having to deal with all of that at a young age, I also hit the jackpot when it came to adoptive parents. So, Frank and Jerry Coyle, We love you. You're the best thing to ever happen. But my parents are amazing. My parents adopted my sister and I because they both came from the projects in Boston. And when they looked at us, they're like, those little street rats, those are going to be our kids. And sure enough, here we are.
Yeah.
But they gave us to say and level up. We leveled up really big time. We went from being in a gang, and this is very serious, you guys. We were in a gang on the streets of Lowell. We wore denim jackets, Huggies diapers, and we rode our big wheels harder than any kid you ever met. All right?
That's badass.
And these awesome individuals who had their own struggles throughout their entire lives, like their stories top most of mine, sadly and amazingly.
Mm-hmm.
They adopt these two girls and they bring them to Dover, Massachusetts. And that wasn't good enough. They decide they're going to move them to Belgium. So we moved to Belgium. I got to learn French. I do not remember any of it. I was really little. But I remember thinking even back then, I think we moved when I was 7. So we had lived in Dover for at least a year. And then we were moving. And I remember when they told us we were moving, my biggest concern, or what I told them, was Santa won't know where we live. And it wasn't until we moved there and I started really panicking that I admitted that it was going to be because my birth mother wouldn't know where I lived. Like I was moving so far away, right? So like we don't know what children hold inside of them, what they're thinking, what our actions tell them, right? Our words tell them one thing, but what do we teach all our children? Actions speak louder than words, right? So our actions teach our children what we really think of them. Our school district's current actions are teaching our children that they don't matter and that if they stand up for themselves, they're going to get punished and it's going to get worse. And I don't know how else to end it. But on a happier story, another strength of mine that I want to put out there is that I'm a sink or swim type of gal. Like I'm gonna have all the puns tonight too, by the way. Sink or swim type of gal, right? So when we were adopted, my parents brought us to the Y, and my sister and I are lined up in probably matching bathing suits because
Of course,
that's
yep.
right up my mother's alley.
Yep.
And we're standing on the side of the pool and we are so pumped. Remember, little street rats coming from Lowell, right? With way too much, by the way, unsupervised time. Really unsupervised time. But we're at the edge of the pool and they say, all right, do you guys know how to swim? And my sister and I look at each other and we're like, of course we do. Yeah, we know how to swim. All good. They're like, all right, jump in. Lynn, I hope you don't get mad at this, but my sister sunk to the bottom of that pool like a rock. The force was not with her. It was against her. To the bottom of the pool. The lifeguard jumps in. I'm swimming. I had never been in a pool before outside little blue pools that go in your yard, like a doggy pool. I had never been in anything bigger than a doggy pool, and I swam. And I got to the side and I got out and I jumped back in.
Oh my God.
So like I've had that tenacity in me since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How was your sister?
She's good. They got her. They got her.
They got her. All right, good. I'm just checking. You're like, screw you, I'm going. I'm going.
I mean, I didn't jump in and get her.
Thank God for lifeguards.
But I mean, I hope they learn to bring them to the shallow end for that part of the test, not the
Yeah.
deep end.
Right,
They'll figure it out. How about you go to the deep end, you start in the shallow end, you swim to me.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna throw you in. Good luck.
Yeah. Never. I learned you don't ask children those questions. You have
Yep.
to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it comes to safety.
Exactly. Just can keep
Yeah,
swimming,
keep
Nancy. That's
swimming.
right. But
Awesome.
yeah, so it's different things that I can pull from that I feel are my strengths and why I feel I'm very qualified. I may not line up on paper the same way as the other candidates, but through experiences and through business, I mean, I haven't done too shabby for myself in the business world as well. I've worked at Deloitte and Touche as administrative, but still, you have to be pretty good at what you're doing to get a
Yeah,
job
you
there.
do. Yes, you do.
I worked at a very high-end or high-profile law firm in Boston. A few of us got to meet that attorney while we were in court one day.
Mm.
Fun. He's like, Jen, what are you doing here? Do you need me? I'm like, not this time. I'm here to learn. I got a job at Redfin without knowing anything about computers. I don't know if you know anything about Redfin, but Redfin is an online based real estate company. Like, you got to know computers. Their entire way of operating real estate is through programs. You don't leave your house without your phone and without your computer. So I went and I interviewed and I was super green. So they were like, unfortunately, we're not going to go let you speak to the public and like negotiate any deals. Like, you got to grow. I was a little offended because I thought I was 1000% ready. But they offered me 2 different positions. And one of them was to be an AA, which was kind of like a open the door for people, go and attend inspections, closings, stuff like that for the agents when they couldn't be there due to not conflict of interest. Geez, no, sorry guys. Conflict of schedule. Conflict of schedule. Or I could take a position as a transaction coordinator, which was back of the house, all computers, all contracts, dealing with attorneys, dealing with other agents, dealing with the clients, basically proofreading everything that came through on the contract, making sure that the lead signatures are there, everything's the way it needs to be so that our files are complete and to the standards by the state. And really running the deal for the agents, because at Redfin, the agents are primarily meant to go and continue to bring in more business. And then the back of the house runs the deals for them. But I'm not selling that company because I'm not with them anymore. But anywho, I chose the job that scared the crap out of me. And the important part of that, besides taking the job that scared the crap out of me, the AA position, I was told, was guaranteed within a couple of months you would be a full-time agent and running your own deals. So a few months, right? The behind the scenes position, they said, if you're too good, it will be very hard to become an agent. And they said, not a problem. I don't have high expectations for myself. Well,
So we're
I
on the
proved
same
this all
page.
wrong. I got
Yeah.
really good at that. And I told my boss shortly after, because I thought it was blaringly obvious that I didn't know anything about computers. And she's like, no way. And I'm like, I Googled the computer assessment test questions while I was taking the test. And she's like, you're even more solid of a hire because you know how to get the information. So that was my point for that one is I don't need to know the information. I will figure it out. I don't need to have I don't need to be current in everything that everyone deems important for me to be a good candidate, because what affects our children, what affects our district, what comes across our board, I'm going to invest the time into it. I've proven that over and over every single time I've spoken for the past year or 13 months. Every time I've emailed the district, every time I've said I'm doing this next, I've never surprised them. I've always been forthcoming. So that, I feel, is why I'm very, very qualified.
So let me ask you this. How many seats are on the school committee?
One.
Just one available? What makes up the entire committee? How many people?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women that are considered the school committee, but then there's the superintendent, Derek Folan, Stephen Marshall, who's kind of like the finance and FOIA request guy, and then a student body member, you typically or always from the high school. So that is the board.
Okay.
The board very much just, and not always, there are members on the board that I have the utmost respect for, and I've spoken to it multiple times. But I just feel like people have just gotten so used to the idea that, like, obviously we hired the best of the best. They're gonna do their job, and we don't have to monitor everything they're doing because that's their wheelhouse. I don't know how to pull financial records. I don't know how to read the financial records, but that's their wheelhouse. That's what we hired them on for, right?
Yep.
And when I request them, I'm going to learn. I'm going to reach out to people. I'm going to have help so that I understand what I'm looking at and what I'm digging into. But that's what they're hired for.
Right.
Why are we as parents constantly being asked to figure it out? Why are the children and the teachers constantly being told to just figure it out? Resources are resources. We're thin. We're running thin. Figure it out. That's what you're there for. Go team, right? How about we put the money back into the students, the teachers, beef up that aid, like all of the aids for the classrooms. Let's beef all of that up, get some bus monitors, get more buses, get more support staff in our schools so we have full coverage on the playgrounds, full coverage in the cafeteria. Do that. And then whatever's left over, you, the best of the best, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you are hired to do. Figure it out.
Yeah, do your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have to do that. I am not being paid.
Right.
Figure it out. Stop taking from the children and figure it out.
Yep.
It's that simple, guys.
It's that simple. There's no gray area there at all.
No. In a business, they have to figure it out or they get fired.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
exactly.
If the problem's that big, maybe it's time you got fired and we brought in people who can handle it.
Since someone just brought it up, Jen's donation link. Can we share that?
I'm putting it in the chat
Oh,
right now.
there goes Dana putting in the chat right now.
Yeah.
I got to jump in real quick because you
You've been
guys
so
know
quiet. I know.
That's it. That's what I want to talk about. You guys know how much I love to talk, but with Jen speaking,
You shut right up. It's so
I
true.
just shut up. And
That
I'm gonna,
just
this is
happened.
I'm the
going to be
kryptonite. Where's his
This
wife?
this is going to be for the Twitter world. Jen, you make me want to be a better woman.
Aw.
Oh, yeah,
Aw.
So
I
you know
support
that's going to
that,
be up
buddy.
there.
I support you.
You know, but
It's
when
important.
when certain people talk, it doesn't matter who you are. That's the one thing I do know when to shut up. And I just had to shut up because I was in awe. And plus my wife's commenting every 2 seconds in the background saying every town needs a Jen. And she doesn't even know you yet.
Tell her we'll go out for dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
She said yes. She just yelled yes.
Yes, we got a yes.
Ken, does that
Italian.
Yeah, obviously.
Ken, does
It
that
does
look
feel
right?
like we're all just sitting around the kitchen, like gathering right now.
And
It's,
that's-
you mentioned that the other day on your
Yeah.
show. It
So
really feels that way.
Does it? Awesome. I'm so glad because
Yeah.
that's exactly what we were going for. Not that we planned it, but it was like we just want to chill and talk to people and have them be able to say whatever they want.
Our
and
friend Dylan in Wales calls it the lounge.
the lounge.
The lounge.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. It's not the living room, it's the lounge.
Some
Yeah,
mood
very-
lighting.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Jen,
try.
does that look right? What I put up there? Oh, it's gone.
Oh, sorry, I got rid of it.
No, no worries.
Where am I looking? Oh, yes.
Here it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm
someone-
gonna pin it in the chat, anyways.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Paul.
Someone also asked for your email. Is that out for
Yep.
publication?
So
Okay.
the school committee one. So Jennifer, where's my little book? Where did we put that? Hold on.
Okay.
I want to make
The
sure I say
email
it
one?
'cause it's different. Okay. Jennifer O'Donnell for SC, so school committee @gmail.com.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
Does that look
Thanks,
right?
Rita.
Does that look right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yay.
Thank you.
Rita's in the house.
Rita's in the house.
And then for all the time people ask me, how can we help? How can we help? And
Yeah.
it's truly just a natural instinct to say, I'm okay, I'm good. Like, I don't know how to ask for help. I really don't. Like, I've struggled with that. I
I
think
don't
because
ask
I
for
had
help.
to learn at a young age how to fend for myself. So I just assume I'm gonna have to figure it out. Working on it. But one way that, other than donating, is if there's any child psychologists out there that want to take a few moments to let me pick their brain, any educational lawyers out there, advocates, I know your time is stretched thin. Even if someone's recently retired, I just want to make sure they're adversed in the current policies or just the state guideline policies. And I know each district might have a few different rules or ways of bending the rules, as I like to refer to it. And who else did I say? I had it written down for help. Any child civil rights specialist or organizations. I've reached out to a couple, but again, I've spent so much time sending thousands of emails, and it's hard to keep doing the follow-up or remembering exactly who I emailed or who the contact was and stuff. So if anyone has a direct contact, like a phone number, I'll take a phone number. Like I want to get right in their face, like not in a bad way. I don't mean that as intimidating, but I want to get right in their face. Like I want to be face to face with these people, and I want to pick their brain, and I want to figure out how I can present more without just having to rely on my own emotional experience. Like I want to speak more at a generalized, educated viewpoint for it. Who else do we put? Child psychologist. Any Canton parents whose children have suffered from bullying, whether they feel that the district did the very best, because I will say my oldest had a situation and the district did amazing. I complimented them regularly and told them that I wished that the elementary schools would implement the same procedure that was used in that particular situation. I give credit where credit is due. I also so parents who have had children suffer from being the victim of relentless bullying, whether the district worked in their favor or really let them down, absolutely any parents whose children are threatening to hurt themselves or who have turned to hurting themselves. Any parents, and I don't think this has happened in Canton. Primarily, I'm hoping for Canton parents at this point, but people can use my school committee inbox to also reach out at a state level of Massachusetts, because I don't have the bandwidth to start learning laws in other states and what they teach in their schools and what we don't and stuff. But any child that has succeeded in ending their pain, I don't want to invite those awful stories, but I think that is crucially important that we start sharing them, because it can't be taboo anymore. This subject can't be taboo. We have, and I said this last February, I believe it was February 1st, when I filed with the school telling them what was happening. I said, we have one chance to get this right. Well, I'm telling you, the district has repeatedly gotten it wrong. I'm fighting tooth and nail to get it right. And not just for my kid, for everyone's kid. And hopefully ultimately at a state level. So like everyone who's in the chat right now, if you have a kid, I'm fighting for your kid. I promise I'll fight for your kid. That's all.
And we all believe that too. Just so you know, it comes through naturally. Like, people believe that you are actually fighting for all of us.
I am. So I took my children out of the Canton schools. 2 of my children, I'm paying $25,000 to send them to private school. Wow. Because the principal of the Luce Elementary School targeted my youngest.
Wow.
Yeah. Why?
Because there was a situation between him and another student on the bus, and there was a constant, the other student kind of riding on him, and he finally had enough and he hit back one day while getting off the bus. And then he got off the bus, and the student got off the bus in the same spot, and all the parents were there, and my child got off, Aiden, and ran as fast as he could home, threw open the door, ran into his room, and just broke into tears. Ugh. Next thing, before I could even get up the stairs, there was a knock at my door, and my neighbor, and I won't use names, came to me to say, just so you know, this is what just happened. And I said, okay. And I went upstairs and I said, we certainly don't hit girls. Let's go. And he got in the car with me, and we went down the street, and we showed up at that house, and we talked it out. And I witnessed a 9-year-old, a 8-year-old, and a 7-year-old power through with the most amazing problem resolve skills I've ever seen. Like, they were owning their part. They were saying what they were going to change.
Wow.
Next time they're in that situation. Wow. Right? It was unreal. And the reason the 9-year-old was involved, and she may have been 10, but I think she's 10 now. I think she was 9 at the time. The reason she was involved, her mom was working. She was on a call, so she couldn't come out. Like, she was working from home, so she couldn't come out. This little 9-year-old sat there and walked through it with her little sister and my kid. And I'm not joking. I sat back in awe and watched these children. I told the principal when she called to inform me that my child was being reprimanded for his actions. And what she said, a parent informed us.
Oh,
so I said, really? They did. And I played dummy. I said, who? And she said, I was speaking to the mother. And I said, oh, okay. So I called said mother, and I said, look, I'm not telling you not to like hold my ass to the wall. Sorry, it's late. Kids are in bed, right?
You can say ass.
Is that okay on YouTube too?
Yeah.
Okay. But I said, you can hold my ass to the wall. Like, I get it. I've been barking over what's been happening to my kid, and my kid turned around and hit somebody. Like, totally get it. But like, I thought the kids had worked it out. So I'm a little blindsided, because now Eden is going to have a record in school, and there's a disciplinary action on him, and he can't ride the school bus after he finally was comfortable going back on the school bus after he had self-regulated and removed himself from the bus for months.
Wow.
because it was too much. He just couldn't do it. So then the mother said, I didn't. There was another situation that had occurred, and I won't rehash every situation, but it involved her other child, who is a sweetheart. And Yeshi purposefully was very broad. What Yeshi didn't know is I had already gone in with Aiden and had him own it and put it on record. What happened? She just didn't read it.
Oh.
So she now says this parent filed against him and she has no choice. And I said, okay. So then I come back and I go, look, I've spoken to the parent. She didn't file. So what's going on? Because this feels a lot like retaliation for the Title IX and for coming at you guys. And I requested that she not be part of the investigation because I felt she was victim shaming and victim blaming. And quite frankly, I have evidence that she was. So it's not I feel, she was. And I said, I don't want her part of the investigation. Where was I going with that? Sorry. I know I went too many avenues. So what?
No, but I asked you a question and you weren't expecting it. So
No, quickly.
What did I ask?
Shoot! Somebody in the comments. Out, girl, out. Anyways, so she filed. So I started digging. I'm like, okay. So no, this parent didn't go to you. That's not what happened, and I can prove it. And the parent was willing to say they didn't do that. And I called her bluff. She goes, well, we, the district, have the right to act on behalf of the safety of the children.
Oh, that's what?
Hold up.
Only certain kids, apparently.
So my child smacked back on a child who worked it out with him, who really was being quite a nuisance. And I'm sorry, I actually find her to be quite a spirit animal. She is a force. But she, it happened between them. And my kid knew that it wasn't appropriate. And he owned it with her parents, and with the school. He did everything right. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The district felt that they needed to file on the behalf of the safety of the children. So every time I went to Yeshi and told her what was happening on the buses, but I didn't put it in writing, she didn't document it. She didn't call those parents. She didn't kick that child off the bus for the day. She didn't act on behalf of the children in our district. When they were teaching what 69 is to a bus full of children, 5th grade and below. Yeah. Visuals. Yeah. Yeah. When they were doing that, she didn't feel the need to reach out to the community or to file charges on our behalf. No. When they were degrading girls on a daily basis, she didn't feel the need to fight that fight, to stand up on behalf of the student body. Instead, they kept pushing back.
Wow.
And deflecting and running the clock out. Sound familiar? Oh, and there's never any video available.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's amazing.
Thing.
You guys have like bad internet in Canton or something? Like,
Bermuda Triangle, I think.
Yeah, seriously.
Just us.
Yep, just Canton.
And only the important stuff. I
Yeah.
think like if I was jaywalking, that would be caught on camera and it would be on Twitter. 20
Oh,
minutes.
for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Jen. That's so horrible. It's like so overwhelming just hearing it. I can't even
So
imagine.
many different parts to it. Yeah.
So many. So many.
Do we want to open it up for a couple of questions?
Sure.
Yeah, you want to open it up? You guys got any questions? Just throw them in the
Don't
comments.
go too hard, people. Please.
Yeah. Here's what she said.
Hey.
Oh, what?
Good energy. Good energy.
Good energy. Jen, are we allowed to? Oh, Got a microdots question. Jen, are we allowed to attend and shoot video of the meetings?
Attending, yes. Video, I don't know. I would assume we can, but I can certainly email. I'm sure they would love to answer that question for me.
All right, let's look for more questions. And no, we're not asking Jen that question.
What was the question? Oh, don't.
Oh,
It would be up to Jen if she wanted to answer it or not, I guess.
I do.
Okay.
Well,
I
it's in
believe in
the
women's
chat.
choice. Yes, I do.
Okay. I'll highlight
I'm not running for politics, guys. I'm running to fight for your children. My political views are not relevant. And they're very all over the place. I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm a
I don't
thinker.
like being forced to believe in something that I don't, just because there's an umbrella that
Yeah.
I'm labeled under. I hate
No.
that. Scott's got a question. Is Jen challenging an incumbent who is also running against her? Hi, Pampi.
I am. Kendall is on the board. She's the chair, and she's been on the board for 3 years already. So I am running up against Kendall.
Cheryl asks, are the school committee
Yes, we
members
are.
also parents? Okay, good.
Yeah, all the women on the board have children in the school district.
That's good.
Yeah, which is why it's so shocking that like they have seen. I've CC'd them on so much. That's why each meeting, if anyone ever really wants to watch the whole meeting, they'll say stuff like within the scope of the school committee, and it's like, you're the boss of that superintendent.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know anything that's vice principal and above needs to be filtered through our school committee. Sorry, there's no like protecting the personnel. No. If an allegation is made against someone who's above like administrative staff, then I think the school committee needs to be CC'd. And for ages, so I would email directly to the school committee. They wouldn't answer me. Derek Folan would answer those emails. It got to the point where I requested that he not answer the
Oh my
emails,
God.
that I
Wow.
found it very disrespectful that he was answering on behalf of our school committee.
Yeah, that's
And
bullshit.
that he was even answering to begin with, considering my problems were with him.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's messed up.
Yep. Now I'm asking to talk and he won't hold a meeting with me. Flat out, like just won't answer. Actually, the answer was, if you would like to re-enroll your children, you can speak to administration.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I said, I would like to know what safety protocols and what policies will be put in place to protect my children. Because also this was, so my son's problem. And then 2 days ago, my daughter and I toured the junior high because she is the loneliest she's ever been. And she has autism. And I think a lot of people have heard me always focusing on her. But it's because she's put the most work into where she is right now. And that I didn't consent to them stripping her of that.
Mm-hmm.
But we toured the school and she ran into a bunch of her friends and she was so excited and her friends were so excited to see her. And it was so fun. And the staff that I sat with really made me feel good. And she's going to go back and she's going to be safe. And
Awesome.
I trust them. I truly, I trust the teachers with my children. So
That's great
as well. And when we got in the car, all of a sudden she just broke down in tears. And he said, honey, what's wrong? Are you happy, sad? What's wrong? And she's like, I'm so happy. Like, I just really love seeing all my friends. And then she just started looking out the window, which is what I do when I'm upset. Like, I have to look away so I don't cry. And I said, why are you so sad though? Like, this seems like sad tears. And she's like, can I go back now? I promise I will be safe.
Wow.
And they said that it's not you. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I need the grown-ups to promise you'll be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
You didn't do anything. So like she's 12 years old, already isolates due to her diagnosis, and now she can't be with her friends. We spend 4 hours a day, or I spend 4 hours a day in a car. They spend 2 hours a day in a car.
Wow.
So that by the time we get home, they can't hang out with their friends.
Right.
It's not fair. Meanwhile, Derek and Yeshi are still in our district, still in our schools. And my son can't come back to the Luce Elementary School. I can't bring him back while Yeshi Lamore is still there, right?
Yep.
I can't do that. So my kid can't go to school because you're backing a superintendent and principal whose actions I find neglectful. That doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Janelle has a question. Are there children being bullied, or are they part of a bully crowd?
So are they being bullied like within a crowd? So there's a few different things. There's one-on-one bullying, and it's so bad that we saw our daughter and one of her friends. We were talking to them because my daughter came running home bawling her eyes out one day. And I said, "What are you doing?" She was at her best friend's house 2 doors down. I said, "Why are you so upset?" And she's like, "She hurt my feelings." I'm like, "Oh my God, like this is dramatic." And I'm like, "What do you mean she hurt my feelings?" She starts telling me what she said. And I can't remember exactly what was said, but I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Why did she say that to you?" And I've got my phone out. I'm about to message this mother who I adore, and I'm ready to go toe to toe. Like, what the hell's wrong with your kid, right?
Yeah.
They were roasting each other. They were practicing so that when it happened to them, they'd have good comebacks.
Oh man.
How gross is that?
It's gross. Wow.
They practiced so hard and got so good at it, they hurt each other's feelings. And she ran out of the house.
Oh my God.
And it's not like, like teenage girls, so dramatic. Like that's her diagnosis. Her feelings were so hurt that she needed to escape her environment. That's what the teachers at the Rodman used to have to rearrange the furniture so Mia couldn't climb under it. That's what she does. She runs. When she's scared, she runs. They did that.
Yeah.
I didn't consent to that. I didn't consent to them killing my kid either.
Oh, wait. Janelle has a follow-up, or I think I might have read it wrong. No, I mean, are the people on the board's children's bullies or bullied?
Oh, I don't know their children individually. I do not know if their children are being bullied. I'm assuming they're not. I shouldn't assume, but I would think that if they were, they would be standing and speaking more at the meetings to try to get it to be on the agenda.
Yeah. Is there a different Canton Elementary, or is there just one?
There is. So we put our 2 children temporarily in private school, and the crazy thing is our Aiden turned around and was like, "I love private school because rules are rules. You have to pay to go here.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a punk, you're going to hear about it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yep." So we're trying desperately to get him into St. John's here in Canton. But there's a wait list for his grade, and it was last year. And that's why we ended up in a town pretty far away. There's a school in Norwood that I'm going to try, but I really want to get him back in Canton. And I think for his needs, like for him right now, while he rebuilds his self-esteem and confidence, he really needs rules to be rules. Yeah. He really needs to know what the expectations are and for them to be the same expectations across the board.
Yeah.
Like kids pick up on that. Yeah, I don't think the grown-ups know.
Kids need structure.
Consistency is the kindest gift you can give a child.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, don't be a consistent asshole. But.
Right, but yeah. No, you're right. Let's see.
I have a question, Jen.
Yes.
Because I think we talked about it. I read about somewhere. You're running for school committee. Is that your end goal?
No, I hope that all of my probing and asking questions, I hope to get some traction to really start changing the policies and the laws back to favoring the parents and the students and the teachers, because right now it's just a fortress. It's stripping the school of its liability. And an attorney told me that last year. They're too busy. They were too busy to take it on. And like I said, I don't think I was properly explaining it. That particular attorney did spend a lot of time speaking to me, though. And they said no one's interested in children as well, as sad as that is. And they weren't saying it to hurt my feelings. Like, that's their job. They're in it. And they're like, no one cares about children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm exhausted. This is like hurting my brain.
I'm sorry.
It really is sad. I'm sad. I'm mad. I don't know. I'm just glad you're running.
Yep. I had to get off the camera for a second and run to the bathroom.
Ew.
And my wife yells, "When are we doing standouts for Jen?"
Oh.
Hopefully
Wait.
I'll have something by this weekend, but if not, then as soon as my signs come in mid next week, I
Okay.
personally will be figuring out how I can be outside the schools during the drop-off and pickup times.
Ooh.
Then any sporting events. Of course, the superintendent made sure to get that notice out that we cannot be on school property, guys. So
Oh.
remember where we had to stand for the STM
Yeah,
meeting?
we heard that before, didn't we?
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
And church property. You can be on the sidewalk, but they don't want you blocking the driveway or on the property. Which
That's
I
okay.
think
We
is
follow the
understandable.
rules and we still make an impact. So
Yes. They reminded us of that rule when I was standing out for the STM meeting and greeting all the preschool parents. You know, those parents that they like to forget about.
yep.
It was effective.
Wow. Oh my God. It's just all wrong.
Yeah.
It's just all wrong. All right. What
If
else?
anyone has any connections in any of the big rentals in Canton, like the one that's on the Canton Randolph line, I'm going to try reaching out tomorrow. But if anyone knows like the actual manager or anywhere else in the area, if there's any Canton people in the chat, I'd love any direct contacts so that I can do meet and greets, because I definitely know that the renters and a lot of the diverse culture in our community is very much underrepresented with their voice and very often forgotten about. So I'm here for you too. Welcome to Canton.
Awesome.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Is there anything
I
else?
swear, we're good peeps. We just got
I
Is there
know,
anything
right?
else you're dying to tell us that we might have
Dying to
skipped,
tell
or you might have missed, or we might have skipped?
The bullying, the help.
Start? No.
What?
Did you start?
No.
I do. We had a closing. Something
Yes.
closing. Where did I put that? Before I put it behind my computer so that I would have it. Hold on. Let me find it.
Let me see.
No problem.
Yes. Go over your notes. I know you
I
have.
even wrote in big on top closing. Because I was like, you won't forget.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I know how hard you've been working today.
There we
Yay. Hooray.
This is what they had to deal with all day, guys. They are responsible YouTube runners, and they had a game plan. They started the emailing. They told me what my questions were. They asked me if I had feedback. They were prepared to conduct business as business should be conducted. And then my brain caught on fire midday. And I blew up all their emails and phones and drove around with the notebook doing this and calling Tracy and telling her I had a brain dump and I needed her to take notes because I was driving.
It was hilarious. It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
I
But just
can
so you know, the
conduct
three of
business
us.
anywhere. Thanks,
The 3
Rick.
of us had that same exact day too. So it wasn't just you. We were all.
So I piled it on for you.
Yeah, exactly. But
you
we
could do it-
piled it
and you-
on to you too. So
And you can do it anytime, and anytime you need to, you can do it again.
Totally. Call me
thank you.
anytime. I love brain dumps.
We're here to help.
I just want to go in and be myself, and I trust you guys enough to do that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And I think
Thank
it's
you for
working out
supporting.
well.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Totally. We just
There's only
hang
been
out.
a few moments of dead air, and that was totally my fault.
Dead
Oh.
air. We don't
Pros.
care about dead air.
Yeah.
But
We're
in
not
my
pregnant.
head, it wasn't dead air. That was really good music playing.
Oh.
All right. In closing,
In closing.
I want to be a voice for the parents and students who are too afraid to stand up against their administration. The longer that we take to hold our school boards and administration accountable, the more time we hand over the control and give the administration more time to determine what they feel is acceptable for the physical, emotional, and mental health of our children. And their bar is set neglectfully low. That's all I prepared for tonight.
Thank you, Jen.
You're like saying we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
You're not worthy.
You don't have cool sound effects yet.
Yeah, we don't have like Will sound effects with the applause. But
I have like the Van Pump children from The Sound of Music singing the goodnight song. That's what's playing in my head right now.
I'd say we do it right now, but we have to practice. I'm not doing that off the cuff. I'm just not doing it.
You don't want my singing voice. I'm
I
surprised
know, you know what?
you handled my speaking voice as long as you have.
Well, it's been a trip, Jen. This was awesome. Thank you for
Was.
coming on. You can come back anytime.
I was going to say that if something happens or just maybe an update in a couple of weeks and you want to come
Yeah.
back on and talk, you're more than welcome.
And if you
Thank
haven't
you.
obtained anything you've asked for help with, we can reiterate that for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening, and you
Yeah.
guys are amazing.
Thanks,
You're
Jen.
You're amazing.
Silence.
Jen.
We love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye, Jen. Love you.
All right.
All right.
That was quite the treat.
Wasn't it?
That was outstanding.
Hey, listen, she shut me up.
I can't even believe it.
I
didn't think
was
so.
like, that was quiet.
I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah.
I know, but
Sorry. All it takes is Jen O'Donnell.
Well,
yeah,
she truly is an inspiration. Though,
She
right? I
is.
mean, she's got so much energy and so much passion. It's encouraging to see that town's heading in that direction. That these, her and the others are all stepping into these roles because they're all. You witness them speaking week to week or out these different town meetings. They're unbelievable. They really.
I
are.
also want to add, like, on the women's side of it, they're women. So they have emotions and they have shit going on in their lives. And, they come across as extremely strong and, but they're scared to death when they get up there. They have to
Yeah.
gather the strength from other places. And like Jen explained, she explained where she has to go there to get that strength. And it's not easy. So, women are, we're a little more emotional, but these are passionate women who had their life experience has just brought them to where they need to be right now, and Canton needs them, and hopefully they'll get the votes that they need to start taking back their town and being able to run it how it should be run fairly. So that's my spiel.
people might ask, so what does this have to do with like a channel like ours, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says it right in our channel, resistance to silence.
Right.
Ben's fighting the silence.
Yep.
That's exactly why we're here, So I'm still in awe.
Change isn't going to happen if we keep our mouths closed, and that's why
exactly.
And I think what's happening in Canton right now is bigger. It's gonna get bigger. I mean, look at Aiden with the trying to change that law, and it starts small. It starts very, very small. And what we're doing, I mean, we've gotten Massachusetts into it. We've gotten other states, other countries. It starts small, but if you don't stop and you keep at it, you keep talking, keep getting out there, they can't ignore you. And there's going to be more and more and more and more people.
Mhm.
And that's what this country needs to do.
Yep.
Take over. So what a small Canton school committee election is bigger than you think. You know, the special town meeting and the audit of the Canton Police Department, that's going to change a lot of things. There's just a lot of change in this really small town. So I'm hoping it's just going to expand, and, you know, we can get a hold of, you know, mainstream media and, you know, like just really change the news and change the laws, but we can't do it without everybody else. So
and you said it all starts small. I know this is totally separate from the Karen Reed case, but a year ago, that could be, someone could correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't hear too much about the Karen Reed case on TV. You didn't hear about it on court TV. You didn't hear about it on all these shows across the pond doing it. And that's because the small people kept talking and talking. Aiden started it and kept talking and talking and talking, and it's blown up. And this is what this is. Canton's a small town in Massachusetts. They keep talking and talking and talking. They keep doing action and action and action. Eventually, someone else is going to pick up on it, and then someone else is going to pick up on it, and there we go.
Yep. I mean, look at the crowd in front of the courthouse. Everyone was interested in that. Why? She's being charged with murder. What's going on here? You know? Yep. So, you know, you just got to keep bringing attention to it. And, you know, here we are almost a year later.
Yep.
Again, it's huge. It can become big. It can become bigger. And that's what we're here for.
So I did have one more announcement. Just to transition real quick. Next week, Karen has a hearing on Tuesday, and typically we do a show the night before and talk about, you know, what to expect on Tuesday. This next week, next Monday, we'll be doing that show, but we'll be doing it on Sean and the Gulf's channel.
What?
Yeah, Sean's asked us to come on Monday night.
Do the kids still do
Hey,
that? No? Did they,
like this, yeah.
Did they do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
We throw signs
So-
down.
Yeah, be like
That'll be 7:00 on Monday. He's going to interview us. We're going to talk about what we've done and whatever else has been doing. And then we'll talk about what the expectation is for Tuesday. So,
okay.
the only thing you might miss next week is a video from Tracy.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We can post one anyways.
Yeah, we can definitely. I can't stop making them. I'm addicted to it now, and I'm addicted to getting better and new software, and so I love doing it. And I can't do it without your pictures. So, like I said at the beginning of the show, if you have any suggestions for videos, please let me know, because I know I left a lot of people out of that the standout video that I did in a lot of towns and that sort of thing. So please let me know, because there's only so much I can come up with. But I promise I'll make it look cool. So
Thanks,
we got anything else?
I just got a couple little quick things to go over. Kind of off topic again. The Sandra Birchmore case. Mizzy has been, the news as of the other day was the Norfolk County DA was taken off of that case. So that's big news in that regard. And to talk about it this week, Mizzy is on the Young Jerks on Friday at 7. And she's been talking with our friend Dylan from across the pond in Wales, the alternate corner. And hopefully Dylan will have her on to discuss that case further. So nice.
Neil, like my pen.
Yep. So, so I think that, keep an eye open for the Birchmore stuff. That was more unfolding, and it's starting to gain more traction as well. So
yeah, please tune in for that, because Mizzy is, I say it all the time and I stand by it, she is the expert in everything Sandra Birchmore.
Mm-hmm.
She has all the names, all the dates, all the players. She's if you really want to get a good idea and a breakdown of that case, please watch. It'll piss you off even more than you think you're pissed off right now.
Yeah, right.
So.
Exactly. That's about it. I mean, aside from that, the typical shout outs to all the YouTubers. Sean, obviously started his channel up, so he's been doing a great job.
He's going to be on LTL. He's going to be on LTL tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Yeah. So he's hit the ground running. He actually took a little StreamYard tutorial from Dylan over in the alternate corner over in Wales. So that's why he's able to kind of produce some amazing content already in his first week in action. So it's really good. But he had Peter Murphy on last Friday for his first show, and that was incredible. Peter is can't say enough about him.
Yeah, Peter's a great guy.
Yeah. So again, the Glare, Dubs, Tom CPU, Dylan over at the alternate corner over in Wales, Richie and Tim for everything that they do all the time. Brian at LTL, the shout outs just go on and on and on. It just this is grown. I mean, when we first started doing this, it was who's watching Aiden, and then that was it. Now it's just like all these other channels just materialized, and it's great because it's getting the word, it's spreading the word. I mean, the Glare is in Kentucky, Tennessee. Sorry, Will. And then to get over in Wales is Dylan. So another couple guys, Broken Baker, Microdots now has merch. Check out the Microdots merch.
Will has merch too, I think.
And Will does have merch.
Will has merch.
So check out Will's merch. I want to check out one of those Glare shirts. I think it looks pretty cool. Melanie Little, Olivia Lambo, and Sleuthy Goosey. I haven't heard much from her recently, but hopefully she'll be back in the fray if she's not. But I guess we've just been too busy. So that's it. That's all I got. What else you got, Paul? I'm gonna wrap it up.
That's it. I'm good. Keep an eye out tomorrow about Weymouth Standout.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll go from there. I know some couple people posted about it tomorrow, about being there tomorrow, but
weather.
The weather.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm good.
All right.
All right.
Good.
New sound good. We're good to go.
Great show tonight.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, Jen, for being on again. Great job tonight. Paul, well done. Tracy, well done.
Well done, Dana.
Kat,
Everybody, well done.
Oh, now she's hissing at the dog. All right, everyone have a good night.
All right, good night all. Take care.